Hello and welcome to episode 40 of the Nethergreen podcast. I am your host, Bradley.
I'm just going to do it.
Just going to do
Don't cut me off like that, man.
I'm sorry.
Let's start again.
Why?
And I'm your other host, Hector. We are introducing you to a new...
He's been on the podcast many times.
No. He hasn't. This is now his first appearance.
I see.
Wait, has he?
Yeah.
Actually?
Twice.
I thought both of those episodes were like lost forever.
No, they're both up. They're some of my favourite episodes.
Only one of them was lost.
Oh, okay, I see.
And now you know who it is. It's... We used to... when you were first introduced, it was Moose.
Yeah.
But in the descriptions, you're just Tom.
Yeah.
So why
We've used your real name all the time.
That's fine. That's okay. It's interesting that it's episode 40 that I've come back. We didn't really plan that because my first episode was episode 4. So
it's so mad
shit.
you know that.
Wow. Episode 4.
It's crazy you know that.
I'm probably the number one fan of the podcast. I do a lot of driving. I put you guys on all the time while I drive, so...
Man, that's awesome. It's crazy that you know that. Even he doesn't know that.
I didn't know that, no. Wow, that's actually a pretty cool coincidence.
Do you know what the episode's called?
40.
Sorry?
Do you know what the episode's called?
God, no idea.
You're not the biggest fan.
Do you know what the episode's
Well, I don't
called?
watch the... I don't listen...
Talking Movies with Dan and Moose.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you remembered.
But also, for full disclosure, I'm feeling very ill, so I may not talk very much this podcast.
Yeah.
I may be a bit more quiet.
Tell us about the illness. Our first question is usually how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing terribly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think I've contracted a severe case of tonsillitis, which is not fun. I can't eat any of my favourite foods, which I love to eat, and I love eating. Eating is like my favourite part of every day. And I can't eat.
You sound so innocent right now. You sound like a starving African child.
I just want to eat my food, man. But all I've been able to eat for the past 3 days is fucking soup. Soup for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And the same soup every day.
That's a lot of soup.
Yeah, I purposefully pick the same soup each time just to torture myself.
Because you hate your life.
Yeah, I got this illness and I thought I must have this illness because I did something wrong. So I'm going to punish myself. Yeah, my karma has brought me this illness. Yeah. So
and you will die from it.
Yeah. The only reason I'm still ill is because every morning I wake up and I realise I'm still ill and I go downstairs and I eat loads and loads of raw chicken as a punishment for being ill.
I keep getting worse. I don't know why.
yeah, I don't know what causes it. Yeah,
how you feeling today, son? Fucking horrible.
But yeah, hopefully I'll recover soon. I felt awful yesterday. I was like, I thought I was going to die. I had like a fever and was like delirious. You know, I'd like wake up every so often and be like, who's there? My girlfriend would come in and be like, darling, you okay? I'd punch her in the face. She'd start crying. I'd be like, good. And I'd go back to sleep. You know, but no, I didn't actually do that. I'm not.
Oh, you had me fooled.
I'm not a bad person, but I feel better today than I did yesterday, and hopefully by the end of the week I'll be good. So I had to take off 4 days of sick day. I only get 7 in the year. So
what?
Yeah.
Wait, unironically?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you're sick for 3 more days, you're in trouble.
No, if I'm sick for 3 more days, I just don't get paid sick days.
Oh, is that at a time, or are you only allowed 7 a year?
I'm only allowed 7 in the year.
That's fucked.
So I get 7 paid. I can take more sick days, but they don't. They're like, fuck you don't get paid.
That's fucked. 7 a year. That's too low. It should be at least 12.
Yeah.
One a month.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess if I really wanted to take a sick day and get paid, I could take holiday. But that is fucked. Actually, I shouldn't have to do that.
How much holiday do you get per month?
I get 27 days a year.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, which is okay. I think that's standard. Most people get like 21 to 27 days of holiday. Luke gets more. Luke gets like 36 days of holiday, paid holiday per year. And he also gets flexi pay. So he works for like half the year and the other half he's off and still gets paid for it.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
How about you, Tom?
Yeah, Tom, we haven't seen you in such a long time.
It's been a while. Your last appearance, if I remember correctly, and I will fact check it, I think it was episode 24.
Always with the 4s.
Wow,
wait, is that true?
Holy shit.
I don't know.
No, wait, I'm going to check. No, it's 22.
Never mind then.
22 is
2 2s.
Yeah, that makes a 4.
That does make a 4.
2 plus 2.
Let me check when that episode was too. So episode 24 in Pluto was in May of last year.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, we went to go see Evil Dead Rise, which I really enjoyed. It was far better than I expected.
Yeah, I loved it. You haven't seen it yet? No. I'll show it to you eventually.
Wait, when was that podcast recorded? I wasn't there for that podcast.
No, it was the night before the grand night out in Cambridge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, awesome. Oh, which means the grand night out wasn't included. Did we ever discuss the grand night out on the podcast?
I don't know. Not with him, obviously.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? He would know.
It should have been discussed on the podcast.
No, because maybe you were too embarrassed.
Maybe.
I feel like I would have wanted to talk about it. So I can't imagine.
I don't think it was that embarrassing.
Actually, no, wait. I think there's a good reason. Because, let's see what the break was. Yeah, it went from May to July was our next episode. So by that point, it was already long forgotten.
That's fair.
Would you like to take a little bit of time, maybe 20 minutes to discuss the grand night out?
We could wander down memory lane, you know?
Yeah.
So, Hector, I feel like you should lead this. I know you don't want to talk much, but you're the one who's planned it. Oh, you're the one who set it up.
Yeah. So, I guess what started the idea? I think the idea started with me, Luke, and David. And we must have mentioned David on the podcast. Have we mentioned David on the podcast?
Yeah, we have. He's the guy who got mad about the submarine jokes.
He's basically...
What a loser.
Yeah.
The rich people's submarine.
Yes.
What a loser.
He got really mad.
Sorry if you're listening, bro.
David, you are a loser. It's true.
David is a very sensitive man, yeah. And
That's
he
fine.
was supposed
You're allowed
to
to be sensitive.
Yeah, you're allowed
It's
to be
good to be in
sensitive,
touch with your emotions.
Yeah, but he's a bad sensitive.
Yeah, and he was actually planning on coming, but then he messaged the day before coming, being like, "Hey man, I don't know." I'm pausing so you can take a drink. We can edit this out. Yeah.
Are you drinking all my water? You can
Sorry.
have it. You can have it.
I say to Bradley,
need
water is the one drink that is supposed to taste of nothing, smell of nothing, and you're supposed to feel nothing when you drink it. You're not supposed to get any real, much enjoyment or hatred or satisfaction from it. It's the one thing you should just be able to drink.
I disagree.
But I can't even drink it. Every time I drink water, it hurts. It should be the one thing that you should be able to drink without any dissatisfaction.
Sorry. I need you to explain to me, every time you drink water, it hurts.
Yes.
Just because you're sick or in general?
No, not in general. Jesus Christ. He's still alive, isn't he?
I was going to say, go to the fucking doctor.
You're allergic to water.
I just mean right now, because my tonsils are so swollen. So basically anything that passes them by hurts.
Yeah.
Even water. And water should be the only thing that anyone can drink without not enjoying it.
Don't drink too much though, because you'll drown.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a God-given right.
But continue.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to talk. I have to whisper from here.
Just explain more of the Cambridge night out.
Okay.
You can talk about the setup and then we can take it from there.
Yeah,
if you need to give your,
all you need to do is talk about setup.
I don't want to be around anymore. I don't want to be around anymore. Okay. So
David.
Yeah, so Luke and David thought it would be a great idea for us to all meet up, because David would always go on about his membership to the Royal Odeon Cinema. I don't know if you remember this badly, but he would bring up the Royal Odeon Cinema.
He has a membership to Odeon. I have a membership to Cineworld. He was once like, "Do you guys want to see Oppenheimer?" I was like, "I would if it was a Cineworld." And he was like, "You loyalist pig."
He was like, "Come with me to the Royal Odeon Cinema where we can watch it in," what was it, like the special
IMAX?
No, it was like in a special
Dolby?
No. It was in like a weird format.
4DX? ScreenX?
Only Oppenheimer was in it. Like the director's cut or something, and it was in a special...
Oh, 70mm IMAX?
Yeah.
So I did say IMAX, and he said no.
Oh, right. I didn't know it was IMAX. I just knew it was something weird. Yeah. But he went and saw it in that, and he said it was the greatest thing that he'd ever seen.
Yeah, he came 4 times.
Yeah, but
per scene.
Regardless of David, because David actually didn't even come to the big Cambridge Night Out, even though he's the one that partially instigated it. And then me and Luke were looking at this hotel place that we could book for everyone to come to, and we got three not rooms. We got 1 apartment, 1 suite, and 1.
We said turn the phone off.
I thought I did. There we go. 1 apartment, 1 suite, and then 1 just like double bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everyone somehow ended up sleeping in just 1 apartment.
Apart from one person.
Apart
who
from
had the
one
time
person.
of their life in their own room.
Finley, one of our friends, Finn. Has Finn been on the podcast?
He hasn't, but he will be eventually.
Will be one day. He slept like a king because he didn't sleep in the small like two bed room. I think. Wait, did Luke sleep in that one? Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, and then there was another suite which had three double beds in it, a private bathroom, an ensuite bathroom, a balcony, and a kitchen, and he had the whole place to himself, while everyone else was like crammed into the apartment.
I slept on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll get into more detail about that.
Mm-hmm.
Should we take it chronologically?
Yes.
Okay. So
Tom was there, by the way.
Yes, I was there. So, me and Daniel, we come round to Bradley's place. We record.
Daniel, friend of the podcast.
Daniel, friend of the podcast. Rest in peace. We come round to record episode 22.
Yeah.
We finish. We wrap up. We go get a bus.
The next day.
My bad. We all go to sleep. We get a bus. We go to Cambridge. We don't really know where we're going. We get to a bus station to catch another bus to actually get into the city.
Yeah.
The bus shows up, and we're like, "Where are these 2 other people that we're waiting on?" I don't remember who it was. It was Leander and
Sammy.
Peter. Oh no, was it Sammy?
No, Sammy met me and Luke at the place. You were waiting for...
We got there late.
Was it Ace?
No, it wasn't Ace.
Leander and...
Peter?
Yeah,
His friend?
probably.
Must have been.
Oh, his name is Pete. Yeah, sorry. Peter, yes.
He insisted that we call him
That didn't ring the bell for me for some reason. It's the same name. That didn't ring the bell.
I realised Pete.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Which obviously spawned a bunch of "Hey Peter" for the entire night, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And there were like, how many of us in total? 15? Like 12?
Yeah, between 12 and 15 people.
Between 12 and 15. So that's like 5.5 people.
I think getting the bus originally into Cambridge, there was 5 of us.
There's me and Finn?
Yeah, Mia and Finn came.
No,
Right.
with us?
Oh, with you?
No,
I don't think so. I think there was 5 of us. We got the bus. We met up immediately after the bus with other people.
Callum? Was Callum one?
Probably, yeah.
I think Mia, Finn, and Callum were all together, and they were the first group of people to arrive.
Who did we come in with?
I think it was just you guys and Dan.
Was it just the 3 of us? We came late. You guys were already in the restaurant. We met you there.
Yeah, it was the 3 of us. We met...
it was just the 3 of us.
It was just the 3 of us, and then we met the 2 others at the bus stop.
And
but
then
they took ages to get there. So we were like, well, the bus is here. We can't wait much longer. The bus started to leave, so we were like, all right, let's get on the bus. And then they showed up.
Right, yeah.
No, yeah, that was Leander and Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all got on the bus. We all went to Cambridge. We were like, well, they're already in the restaurant and we're late as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's kind of dash there.
Yeah.
And 5 separate people were like, I need the toilet. So some of us got some coffees while we were waiting for people to go piss. And then finally we all met you guys up with you guys at the restaurant. And that was good fun. That was a good meal.
I was waiting because I waited at the hotel for you guys. Yeah, I remember. And then Luke and everyone else, Sammy, Mia, blah, 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 all the other people went to the restaurant and we met them there. And Ace actually just went straight to the restaurant and he met us there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, then we went to the restaurant and
had a delicious meal.
Had a very delicious meal and several drinks and several smokes. And then we all came back to the hotel.
In two taxi cabs.
Yeah.
In 2 taxi cabs, yeah.
And at this point, we hadn't seen the hotels yet.
Yes.
I don't know if any of us had.
I think Callum, Mia and
Sammy
and Finn, they'd seen it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But the hotels were nice. They were
They were
nice.
lovely.
Dude, they were incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so big.
Yeah.
And
It was really
spacious.
nice. Yeah. They were really good. I was amazed.
We could have stayed in there all night and we would have been happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was worried that we've only booked 3 apartments. Is that going to be enough? Are they going to turn us away? We could have all fit into that one apartment.
100%.
They wouldn't have given a fuck.
We did.
They didn't care. They didn't check
take up
once.
that much space.
Yeah, they actually didn't care or check once. And me and Luke were really worried that they were going to be like, oh, you're going to try and come in here with this many people? No.
Yeah, you told us all to meet separate, go around the block.
Because me and Luke were worried. We were like, holy shit, we spent so much money. If they cancel this, we are doomed. Because I don't have any money for hotels after this.
Yeah.
But that was complete paranoia because they did not give a fuck.
No.
Because, the place was huge. They didn't care that all of us went in there. But it was nice. I was happy. And it didn't cost as much, I think, as it looked like it did. Because when we went in there, my first reaction was, holy shit, this is nice. In central Cambridge. In central Cambridge, it was nice and modern. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. And it only cost the big apartment cost 570.
That's not that much at all.
No. For that one apartment, that apartment, the main apartment, was a really good deal. Yeah. We only got the others because we were worried that they might kick us out. In total, the whole night, all 3 of those rooms cost 1,100, and that's pretty much for 3 massive rooms.
That's almost enough to buy a sofa.
Yeah, it's almost enough to buy a sofa. Yeah. But we could easily have gotten, I think, 24 people into those rooms, and then at which point. That's less than £100 per person. That's almost 50 quid per person. So that's actually a good deal. Yeah. Yeah. Which is way better than the fucking, what's that hotel that's next to the train station called?
Oh, I don't know.
The one, the Ibis Hotel.
Ibis,
which we've been to many times. And, we've slept on the floor and that was terrible. This place was very nice. Yeah. And, it unfortunately didn't remain very nice for very long at all afterwards. Cause
we kind of trashed that place.
Yeah.
We had a good time. So we all made it to the apartments. We put our clothes down and put our bags down, whatever.
Got our dicks out.
Got our dicks out. Just change some of us shit, some of us pissed, etc., etc. And then we all got the drinks out. We got the tunes on. We got some stuff on the TV. We played some card games.
We tried to play some cards.
We tried, yeah.
There was too many people to
The muffin time was okay. It wasn't a great failure, but I think the problem was
too many people.
There was so many people that you'd take your turn, and then 5 working days later it would be your turn again. Yeah. And you'd be so bored you'd be asleep. Yeah. And if it comes to your turn, you'd be like, oh, it's my go. Yeah, I guess I'll draw. And then it'll be your turn again in 5 hours. It just didn't work with that many people.
I can't agree.
We should have turned it into a championship. Split everyone up into groups of 5.
That's a really
and then the winners
idea.
play each other. And then the grand winner
That's an interesting.
gets their dick sucked by 15 guys. That's something like that.
I destroyed that competition.
There should be a grand prize or something. Yeah, no, it was fun.
Everyone chips in a tenner. So the grand prize is £150.
That's actually, that's good. But how many people would want to chip in a tenner?
We make them against their will. We steal £10 from all of their banks. Tom first. Yeah. But it was. So we tried to play board games, and we all got a bit drunk and a bit, some of us got a bit high, and then it was time. It was time to venture out into the night.
Oh, but even before we actually ventured out into the night, Peter had already thrown
my
fucking flat. Literally before, it wasn't even 10 p.m. Pete, yeah. It wasn't even 10 p.m. and Pete had thrown up all over the fucking corridor, the floor. It wasn't carpeted in there, was it?
He threw up all over the corridor, over the floor, all above my chamber door.
There was some carpet, but not all of it was carpeted.
All right. Yeah. I don't think he threw up on any of the carpet.
The bedroom was carpeted.
Which is good, because he didn't actually throw up in the bedroom.
Yeah. I thought he threw up on the bed.
He threw up in the corridor. Did he throw up on the bed?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, he did. Yeah. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was like halfway through the night.
Yeah.
Did you get a charging fee?
No.
I mean, a cleaning fee?
No.
Oh, well.
Maybe next time.
Well, that works out.
But that was just like a, that's just like a, oh, what's the saying? Like a, what's it fucking called? When like at the start of the movie something happens and it's...
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, and that was just foreshadowing for what was about to happen later on in the night.
Yeah, it was good fun, man.
Pete.
Peter.
He insisted I call him Peter, so I'm now going to call him Peter.
Is he
Peter, if you're listening, you're always going to be Peter.
I feel like Leander always calls him Peter.
Where did I get Pete from? I think Leander calls him Pete.
I think he says both.
Maybe, yeah.
Because his name is Peter.
I'll call him Peter. You know what? Yeah, let's not call him Pete.
Yeah.
Pete is what you put in
We don't want to
box.
use his real name anyway, so we should change it. Peter.
So yeah, he was talking big game about drinking a lot.
He was actually, and he was the biggest guy here as well. He's like 6'5", built.
I was looking forward to drinking with him. I was like, great, I don't meet many people that can put away a lot of alcohol, so that's good fun. And then he promptly throws up
And
passes out. And so we all look at each other and go, well, he's probably not going to die. So, should we go?
Should we get to the club? Yeah.
And then we all left.
We go to the club, and now I thought we were going to go club hopping. I thought we were going to go to bars and clubs and go to a bunch of different places. We wind up at one place, which is like Hawaiian themed.
And very mid.
And multiple
dead.
tiers.
Dead.
Completely dead.
I mean, it wasn't not busy. There was a queue when we showed up, and it was, there was a lot of people inside, but it just wasn't a great club.
The vibe or the atmosphere was missing. Yeah.
Yes, I'd say the vibe was missing. However, at least hanging out with you and Daniel, because I didn't really see you much.
Yeah. For reasons that will be discussed.
Hanging out with Bradley and Daniel, basically for most of the night, we've made our own vibe, man. Yeah. It was fucking great. We had our sunglasses on. We were high as hell.
We were
drunk as hell.
Level smoking cigarettes and cigars.
Yeah. And I didn't want to pay for the coat room, so I've just got this big heavy jacket on. So I'm probably sweating my ass off. I probably stink. I've got my sunglasses on, and
I was tripping on acid.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah. And so that was a lot of fun. That was good fun. And then we go upstairs. The upstairs floor was a nice big open smoking area. That was fantastic. Yeah.
And Hector he was mysteriously absent for most of the night. Tell us, poor Hector, what were you doing there?
Well, apparently, according to Leander and according to Sammy, I was and according to my bank account the next day, I was spending far too much on drinks, and I must have bought like 5 or 6 rounds of drinks. And from what Leander said, at one point people started saying like, oh no, I can't take any more. So my only assumption is that at that point, while I was like, tipsy or drunk, I was like, oh, no one wants them, I'm gonna have to drink all of them. And then I basically got destroyed. I was completely obliterated.
That was the drunkest you had ever been.
Yeah, that was the drunkest I'd ever been. Yeah.
Do you want to share
the story?
Personal stuff, or how personal do you want to go? We can cut this bit.
What in terms of what? Like
what happened?
Just what was going on mentally with you at the moment?
Well, my girlfriend and I had broken up, or basically broken up. Yeah, so I was just like, I'm gonna get destroyed. Yeah, so perhaps, but see, I believe I got drugged because I've got a strong stomach, and we had
disagree.
You say you got a strong stomach. You drunk and bought about 6 rounds. There's 15 of us there. That's a total possibility of 80 drinks. Like
No. Just one round, because it was the final round that people were like, I can't take any more. So that's still 15 drinks.
Yeah. So maybe I just downed 15 drinks and then died, which could very well.
He
said
it wouldn't have been 15.
6 rounds of drinks.
It wouldn't have been 15 because I was buying my own the whole night.
No.
Okay. So yeah. Well,
either way, I spent 500 quid on drinks that night.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
We did. It's because you drank all of them.
Yeah. But alas, yeah, and then basically got kicked out of the club. Very politely, though.
I remember exactly when you got kicked out, because I was sitting there listening to my earphones, because, I was vibing, I was on acid.
I forgot that we got kicked out of the club.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, I just want to say, in a club listening to your own music, that's such a boss move.
Thank you. Yeah, so I was listening to Juice WRLD, and you came over and you were like, can I listen too? And you put the headphone in, and then you started singing very slowly, very slowly a Juice WRLD song. You were like, you aren't hurt as bad as you used to. Completely out of time with the music. It was like, you don't hurt as bad, as bad as you used to. And then you got up, you were like, thanks for having me. You walked out and immediately someone was like, so I'm going to need you to come with me.
Wait, sorry. When did you say thanks for having me?
When you got, after you were singing some music, I was like, that was great, dude. So
you Hector said to Bradley, thanks for having me.
I mean, I might have just been like, I don't know if that's a direct quote, but
sorry, my bad.
That was the button.
Sorry, I was just imagining Hector drunk off his ass being like,
thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. And then walking away into the mist-filled club.
Only to collapse on the ground 5 steps later.
Yeah, you didn't trip, you didn't fall over. He could just tell from listening to you that you were destroyed.
Yeah.
When we got into the club, and we kind of got a little bit drunker, and kind of felt the vibe out and felt which places we wanted to stay. Mostly the smoking area, and I'd say the second floor,
which are the only floors. That's it.
No, there was a floor down below, right?
That was just the coat room.
There was 2 floors.
No.
There was 2 dance floors. One of them was empty. One of them was full, and then there was the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 dance floors at Lotus. Have we ever been to the other one?
I've discovered recently Lola's isn't that good. Yeah. I don't know why we originally.
No. That's not what I'm just like. I only remember that one floor.
No, yeah. There's 2 floors.
Did we only ever go to one though?
I don't think so.
I remember second floor.
I mean, every time we have gone, we've been drinking, so
that
would make sense. Yeah.
So we went to the smoking area, the very first time that we did on the first floor, and we came out with our sunglasses on, whatever, fucking just fucked out of our minds, not really caring much. We found a place to kind of sit down, and there was this kind of rowdy group of guys, but they all looked like late 20s. Around 30, and they were kind of hanging out on one side, and they saw Daniel, and I don't know, Daniel just exudes this kind of Americanness.
Yeah.
So people obviously
he's undeniably American.
For real, just simply looking at him.
Yeah.
And so people kind of this Italian guy that was getting married in this group, it was a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you come to Lola's for a bachelor party? But that's besides the point.
Because you're common scum.
So the guy was getting married, and he kind of came over to Daniel, and he was like, "Hey, Americano!" And we kind of just engaged in a conversation with them, and I found out that they were getting married, whatever, and we were just kind of chill with them. You talked about
me, you're like, dude, you sure about this? You're a young guy.
we were just kind of chill with them the whole night, kind of dancing with them, and they loved Daniel. They really liked Daniel.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Probably the ones who really don't, and they really don't.
But yeah, so then...
So Hector gets kicked out of the club.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like we're understating how drunk you were.
Yeah, I was
you
too
couldn't,
far gone.
You couldn't keep your eyes open, and you couldn't walk. We
you
had to carry you, and you were dribbling, yes. Yeah. We stopped a few times along the walk, just through the centre of Cambridge.
Because you'd be sick.
Because you were throwing up.
God damn.
One point we went into McDonald's and we came out and you were just like...
Yes, we hung around in McDonald's, which was in like a dark alleyway, and we had some smokes in the dark alleyway.
Yeah.
You were outside dying. People were crowding you, and I was trying to be like, give them some fucking space.
Yeah.
I asked
because
Mia.
You were incredibly noticeable.
Yeah.
You were not being subtle.
Drawing attention to it.
God
People were like, is that guy dying?
Yeah.
Are they robbing him? So I asked Mia to like look after you because I was starving. I wanted some chicken nuggies.
Yeah. I also was hungry, so I didn't stay.
And then everyone got food and whatever, and then we came out.
No one stayed. You went after loving flight 20.
No, we made sure people stayed with you.
Yeah.
And then we left McDonald's, and then we were walking back to the place. We were like, we CBA to get a taxi because it's expensive, so let's walk. And we got to a street. I think in Cambridge it's the Corpus Christi clock, the steampunk locust or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or it's not Corpus Christi, it's Corpus something else. Anyways, I don't know what Corpus Christi means. And we stop along that street, and the people that are helping carry you are like, I can't carry him.
He's too
he's
too
it would have taken way too long.
And I was like, let's just share the load. It'll be a fun adventure.
Yeah, but then it would actually look like a crime.
Yeah. And then, obviously people were like, no, let's get 2 taxis again. So we got 2 taxis again. So surprised you didn't throw up in the taxi. Well done, by the way. Golf clap for you.
That would have been a fucking nightmare if I did. Yeah, that would have really sucked.
Can I also bring up that, because this is going to be relevant. So, we got 3 taxis, in fact. The unimportants went home first. I'm not going to name any of them. The ones who didn't have much to contribute, let's say. And then the second one went, which was all the people who were looking after you. Mm. Except me and Luke had to stay behind because we wouldn't fit in either of them. Mm. So then me and Luke got a taxi home. Mm. And that's relevant because me and Luke arrived a bit later than you guys. I don't know why, but we had to wait for the taxi, probably, so it was like 10 minutes later. Mm. We get in, we go to the elevator, we're like 3 floors up, we go to the elevator, ding, and it's not coming. Ding, ding, ding. Oh man, the elevator's busted. Oh fuck, what's happened? And then ironically, we were like, we've got to find a staircase. We walk through a door, we walk about 9 steps, and then a woman appears behind us, the woman who was just at the front desk being like, where do you think you're going? And we were like, is this not the way to upstairs? No, this is staff only. And we were like, oh, fuck. And we were like, oh, we're really sorry. We didn't know. Where can we find the stairs, please, And then on the way up, we're thinking, we're talking, we're like, I wonder what could have happened to that elevator. The elevator was working before. We all go, that's weird, isn't it? Maybe it's haunted, who knows? And then we get to your floor, and what do we say? What do we say, Luke? What do we say, Tom?
Tell the story.
Yes, what do we say?
Okay. So, we get back to the hotel with Hector in the taxi.
You weren't one of the unimportant. You weren't important.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
you weren't.
that. I appreciate that. So, we get to the hotel. We drag you out of the taxi. We pay for the taxi, whatever.
You run away from the taxi.
we take you inside, and you're fucked. You cannot walk. I've got you by one arm, and I think it was me I had you by the other arm, or maybe it was Cal.
The 2 strongest.
The 2 strong. Exactly. Yeah, we were. We take you into the lift. I'm so surprised we don't get stopped. I'm like worried that staff are going to stop us because you are dead. Legally, you're dead at this point.
Your heart was beating about 6 beats per minute.
You weren't conscious, Hector.
Holy fuck. Wait, so was there not a woman at the reception?
Didn't see, because I was just like, let's get him in the elevator before she can say stop.
Plus, they wouldn't have seen her. They would have just heard him going, go, 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 go.
And then they would have heard. So we get you into the lift, and the lift starts going up. The lift starts going up, and you start to sway and you start to dribble even more. And I'm like uncontrollable. I'm talking uncontrollable dribble. It's
no.
I can hear it hitting the floor of the elevator.
Splashing up and hitting his jeans.
I lock eyes with Mia, and I'm like, or Callum, or whoever it was. Don't remember.
No, I think Mia and Callum were both in there.
I know Callum was there.
Ace was there too because he was recording.
We had quite a few people in the elevator.
It was a very full lift.
So you start to dribble, and then eventually you're like, I'm gonna brown.
What? You fucking kidding. Wait, really?
That's what you said?
That's what I said. Did I actually say that?
I don't remember.
That would be amazing.
I remember you said something really bizarre. You said something very strange.
He went Brown Town. You're like, what?
Next floor, Brownsville. So I'm like, please don't. I'm begging you out loud. Hector, please don't. Just 5 more minutes till we get to the room. Because we were very close to the elevator, the room was. I'm like, please don't.
Oh,
and it just cascades. And it gets on my boots. It gets on everyone's shoes.
Oh, fuck.
Fills the elevator. That was very loud.
It's fine.
Fills the elevator. And we're like, shit. So I'm like, all right, game plan. 2 people stay here, keep the elevators open, do not let it go down. I'm gonna pick up Hector and take him into the room. Everyone else come in with me, grab paper towels immediately, and toilet paper, whatever, and go start cleaning now.
Yeah.
I'll stay with him.
So you gave yourself the easiest job.
I'll stay with him thrown up into the toilet. Which you did.
Holy
And then
fuck.
And then Mia was like, I got this. And I'm like, thank you so much, because I hate puke. And then I went back. By the time I got back to the elevator to help clean, it was already cleaned. So
Yeah.
Fucking
But
hell.
while they're cleaning the elevator, they got 2 people stopping them from going down. So me and Luke start walking up the stairs, and we're like, wonder what happened to that elevator. Wonder how Hector's doing. We're over in the hallway. We see, I think it was Mia on her hands and knees outside the elevator scrubbing, and like Callum and Finder, and they look up at us and they're like, and me and Luke are immediately like, especially Luke, because again he'd put money into it too.
Yeah.
He was like, oh fuck, like. We go in and he was still in the toilet with Hector. Hector's dying, literally dying. Peter's up and about.
Yeah, Peter's fine by this point. He's recovered.
He's like, oh fuck. Is Peter the one?
I'm pretty sure Peter actually told us to be quiet. He's like, oh, you woke me up.
But didn't Peter volunteer to watch Hector?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I don't remember
he did,
that.
Yeah.
I think at that point I was like,
Leander
fuck
and
this.
Peter slept in the same bed.
Right.
And Peter was like, look, I'm now officially my sober one because I'm
Yeah.
a lot.
I think I was like, fuck this, I'm going for a cigar.
Yeah.
And I had a cigar and a spliff, and I just...
Yeah.
That was good fun.
Holy shit. Wow.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
I think you got pretty much as drunk as that on New Year's Eve, and you definitely weren't drunk then.
Yeah.
If you didn't see him on New Year's Eve, it was impeccably similar to that night.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I know what happened.
It was the peanut butter chicken.
It was the peanut butter chicken. No, I think so on New Year's Eve I got equally drunk, and we did some sour shots, like the last round of sour shots, and I picked up a glass of what I thought was Smirnoff Ice, like the lemonade. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't that. It really, really wasn't. But because I was already quite drunk, I started drinking it to wash it down. And as soon as it hit my mouth, I was like, wow, that is not lemonade.
That's piss.
I just drank the entire glass because I was like, oh, if I just keep going, it'll be over and done with soon.
Jesus
so I drank the glass of it. And then shortly afterwards, I was
And do
destroyed.
you think it's just a glass of pure vodka?
I don't think it was pure vodka. It must have been something Leander created.
Okay.
So I think it was probably just way too much vodka mixed with Smirnoff Ice, because it looked like Smirnoff Ice.
Okay, yeah.
But it wasn't. It was
and
so
Leander was
strong.
also equally as drunk.
Yeah, both me and Leander were fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably because he was drinking that as well.
Yeah.
The fucking Smirnoff Ice and vodka mixed together.
Well, you had a call with Daniel on New Year's Eve, didn't you?
Oh yes, we did. Yeah.
You Bradley were talking with him first,
Yes.
and then you passed the phone to Hector,
Yes.
and then Hector promptly threw up on camera.
Did
What?
I?
Did he?
Did you not?
No, I didn't
My
remember
bad.
that.
Cut that.
Where'd you get that from? Is that
That's what Dan said.
Really?
Wait, really?
He said, Dan said he saw you fucking throwing up, or maybe it was you holding the camera, being like,
Did I throw up at that
LOL.
point? No, I hadn't
I
thrown up by
don't
that
know.
point.
I don't think you have.
I hadn't thrown up by that point because I threw up. So Leander started feeling sick and he threw up, and I was like, "Oh shit, I need to go save Leander." So I basically took him into the bathroom and was like with him in the bathroom while he's throwing up. And then...
Oh yeah, no, that's so true. He was going upstairs, he was looking after Leander, and Siobhan was like, I'm going to go check on how Leander's doing. She goes up, and then she comes down, and she's just like, he's thrown up too.
Yeah, because obviously after I drunk that, it only took about half an hour for that drink to hit me.
Yeah.
And then I was basically fucked. I was gone. Both me and Leander were upstairs throwing up, and I threw up on the pristine bedroom carpet. On the pristine cream carpet. Man, I guess I'm obviously just too high class to throw up in the bathroom. It had to be done on the.
Well, no, because I then took you downstairs and you probably threw up in your downstairs bathroom.
Ah, right, I see. Yeah, the downstairs bathroom is much better.
Yeah,
but luckily it only took about a week for the
smell.
Well, no, the smell was fine. Yeah. The part I was worried about was that immediately the next day, so everyone had mopped it up a little bit with just water, and immediately the next day I was like, right, we cannot let this stain the carpet, because if we can't get the stain out, we have to buy a whole new fucking carpet? No thank you. So I went downstairs and got the stuff that you put in your not in your dishwasher, in your washing machine, to get stains out of clothes.
Which I advise you to do.
Yeah, to get stains out of clothes. I basically mixed it with hot water. There's the Tide Pod things, and I just scrubbed.
My mum's old trick.
Yeah, but afterwards I realised that on the box of them it said specifically to not use more than one per 10 kilos of clothes. Yeah. There definitely was not 10 kilos of carpet. So I was thinking, oh fuck, what if this leaves a massive discoloured patch because it's basically destroyed the colour of the carpet.
Your carpet just turns the colour and pattern of a Tide Pod.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. Okay, so then the next day I basically just filled a bucket with water and basically soaked the entire fucking floor in water. And it took a week, maybe 2 weeks for the water to evaporate and for the carpet to dry. So the carpet in the bedroom was damp and wet for a whole week. And every day I'd dry it with a hairdryer, because I know that if you leave it wet for too long, mold will start growing in the carpet. Yeah. So every day I'd be on my hands and knees with the hairdryer
for 20 hours a day,
blow drying the carpets. But now, thankfully, maybe there's a tiny bit of discoloration, but it's barely noticeable. So I think it's okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But knowing landlords, they'd take your security deposit even if there was a fucking scratch on the door that they left entering the property.
Yeah. They scuff their shoes and walking in and they're like, what's this?
Security deposit, go on. Yeah. But so I think it'll be fine. Yeah. Maybe it's just age. With age, I've become less.
Well, mate, you drunk a lot during both those nights.
That's very true, actually. Yeah, that is very
true. Not as if you had 2 beers and you were
that is very true. Yeah.
But also, yes, with age, my tolerance is definitely man. If I drink 2 or 3 beers, I'll wake up and feel terrible.
Oh. Yeah, but you should do. You should wake up every day and feel terrible.
Apologise now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're a guest. I love you. It was a bit. You know we love our bits. This is the Nethergreen podcast. I'm back.
Yes.
Continue though.
I was done.
Oh, what a disappointment that is. I thought you were going to go into a whole story about how your tolerance has gotten low.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it has gotten lower though, because I seem to recall. Do you remember the Ashbarton trip?
Yeah, of course.
I recall drinking. Ashbarton was it was like a giant mansion, basically. Well, no, it was a mansion. It was like an estate property.
It was like an estate. Well, no, it wasn't an estate.
It was an estate, yeah. With 20 bedrooms, giant mansion, and
swimming pool.
And a swimming pool. Yeah, it had an indoor swimming pool as well.
Had a games room.
It had like a. Do
you remember it had a giant trampoline?
Yeah, and it had like a giant, like a barn. Yeah, it had a giant barn, and in the barn they had like basically no other way of saying it, like club speakers or rave speakers. Yeah. Like properly set up. And I think like the main premise of the property was that it was probably geared towards wedding events. So like there'd be enough room for 20 people to sleep at the property, and there'd be this big barn with speakers and a big floor for people to dance on. Yeah. It was that kind of place.
When you get married, we've got to rent it out.
Yeah, definitely. And basically it was a school trip. So everyone paid like, I don't know what it was.
200?
Maybe 200 quid.
150?
Maybe 150. It wasn't expensive.
It's worth it.
It was worth it, yeah. And when we went there, well, the first thing that me and Dan did when we went there was we went for a walk around the the gardens, the property gardens, and we discovered, hey, there's actually loads of little mushrooms growing everywhere that look a lot like magic mushrooms. Now, I cannot guarantee that they were magic mushrooms, but me and Dan later that night got drunk and then decided it would be a good idea to go out, pick them and eat all of them. And we did. We went around the garden picking loads of random mushrooms.
I know, I agree.
Picking loads of random mushrooms that we thought were magic mushrooms because they looked like they were maybe...
No, him and Dan. I was not involved in this.
Daniel.
Yeah,
yes.
Our dad, friend of the podcast, Dan.
How old were you?
16?
Yeah, 16.
Old enough to fucking know better.
Yes. That was why during the day we didn't pick them, because we were like, nah, this is a bad idea.
But at night they'll lose their potency.
No, but at night we were drunk. So we were making bad decisions. And then later...
If I was there... I mean, I was at Ashburn. I just wasn't hanging out with them. So if I was there, that never would have happened.
Yeah, and we decided to basically shovel all of these mushrooms that we found in the garden into our mouths and eat them.
Yeah.
And I got a splitting headache and basically spent the rest of the night in bed.
You turned green.
I did turn green. And yeah, but also that night we drank lots. Yeah. And as did everyone.
It was the first time I ever got drunk.
Yeah.
I think the alcohol probably counteracted some of the fucking poison or bad effects or whatever that was in the mushrooms. Yeah. I think it maybe neutralized.
You were too drunk to die.
Yeah, we could have died.
That's crazy. You're too drunk to die.
Wait, could we actually have died? Can you die from just eating random mushrooms?
Yes. Dude, are you fucking kidding?
How do you still not know this?
Yeah, but what if, like... Okay, right. No. I mean in the sense that, like... They are poisonous, but surely if you eat super poisonous ones, you can get your stomach pumps or something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known.
So
Yeah,
you would have just die.
You would have fallen asleep and probably not woken up.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Wow,
yeah.
That was a really dumb idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was there, I would have slapped you both in the face. I'd be like, what the fuck are you two thinking?
I think they were magic mushrooms. Yeah, they must have been, because otherwise we would have died, right? If they were just random mushrooms.
Well, no,
but if you ate that many...
it would slow down the flow of it.
Maybe.
And it also would make it more intense. And if you ate that many, you would definitely have not been able to sleep.
No wonder you're so fucking stupid. It's brain damage. You've got mushroom mould going in your brain.
Did you have any dreams? I dreamt I died.
See,
I climbed atop a black mountain.
See, I also ate a little like cube of mushroom that Dan had bought from a dealer, and it was like red with white spots on it.
It's a Minecraft mushroom.
Yeah, literally like a Minecraft mushroom. Yeah. Like red with white spots on it, and Dan had bought it from a dealer.
That's called Amanita muscaria. That's also very, very dangerous. What a lot of people... It will really hurt your stomach and like it'll fuck you up. Some species are absolutely poisonous, I think.
Yeah, because
Dan was trying to kill you.
Because I'm pretty sure that was what gave me the headache. Because Dan said he didn't feel like really anything after we ate all of those mushrooms that we found. But I ate that little like square of that, and yeah, it looked like it had like red skin with little white spots on it, or like white blotches on it, or like cream coloured, whatever. And I ate that, and like I had like a splitting headache all night, and I just basically went to bed because I felt awful. Yeah,
that's a potent one. I think to stop the like feelings of nausea, what shamans usually, at least what they used to do, is they would eat it, or sorry, they would either eat it themselves and just take those effects, or they would get a reindeer to eat it, and once it's gone through your system and you've had your trip or whatever, you piss out a very potent mix of urine and the active chemical. So you can drink the piss and trip balls again. So, but you don't get any of the nausea when you drink the piss. So they would sometimes get caribou or reindeer to piss it out.
That's fucked. I think I'd rather drink my own piss than a caribou's piss.
No.
I would. Yeah. I'd probably prepare for it. I'd probably eat a bunch of pineapple, really healthy stuff.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of water.
Well, I'd rather drink your piss than a caribou's piss too. Anyway. Yeah,
Bradley's announcing that he wants to drink Tom's piss, but yeah.
Well, no, more than okay. They're both bad. It's just one's worse.
I see, right,
Yeah. But yeah. And how have I been? Thank you for asking. 'Cause, yeah, that was the original topic.
54 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been good. Anyway.
All right, cool.
So, Tom, tell us.
Could you put that on the side, please, darling? Actually, don't worry, I'll hold it. And we're rolling.
So yeah, Tom, how? I mean, again,
wait, actually, that's okay.
So, Tom, again, it's been a while. Tell us really, man, how have you been doing? You try to kill yourself?
Thankfully not.
Good.
Thankfully not.
Not yet.
No, I never will. I never will.
Good.
And I want the government to know that. And I want them, you know who you are.
Hashtag Tom didn't kill himself.
Always listening. You know who you are. I didn't and will never. But yeah,
good.
I've been all right.
Good, good.
I've been very tired all the time.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I work night shifts. So I kind of, I'm just a bit of a nocturnal person. I thought, I'd be able to manage them because university kind of trained me into that lifestyle. So I'd say I've probably found it easier than most people, but it's definitely tough. It's not an easy transition to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see much sun, especially during wintertime. So
you haven't seen your kids in weeks.
In years, I haven't seen them in 17 years.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
It's us. We're your kids.
Well, this is a reunion episode.
Yeah.
It's episode 14, the big reveal.
What about outside of work? What have you got going on outside of work?
Well,
yeah, you married? Do you have kids?
Stop with the kids.
I just think Tom would be a great father.
Just because you want me to be your daddy doesn't mean I'd be a great father. Yeah. I would like to be a father one day, if the fates allow.
I don't care. Just how have you been?
I've been okay. I've been doing some exploring. I finally started getting on top of scheduling, simply just buying a daily planner. Well, it was gifted to me, but getting a daily planner really, really helps. It allows me to schedule my chores, but like not in a boring way. I can add.
You can put little pops.
Yeah, I can add fun stuff. Like
fonts,
wild cards. You turn to the next page. Today. And, whoa! I wasn't expecting that.
Party today.
It's more like like little rewards, like wash the dishes, have a spliff, dry the dishes, have a spliff.
You have a sort of reward.
Go to the toilet, have a spliff.
Have a spliff. Have a spliff.
What's the reward for successfully chonging down a blunt? Oh, a smaller blunt. Okay, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, no, it's
Having considered therapy.
That's his own reward.
No, I'm joking, of course. It's being able to get on top of my scheduling and planning my time out better.
Yeah.
Has definitely awarded me more freedom. Which, I mean, is such an obvious thing. Everyone says it. Plan your time, make a schedule, da-da-da. People don't actually do it. But because they're like, oh, what's the point? It won't work or, whatever. But it's worth it, man. It's worth it to just do it. Because it doesn't matter if it's shit. It doesn't matter if you don't understand how to. I didn't really understand how to effectively do it, but the more I'm doing it, the better I'm getting at it. So basically the point is get on top of your shit, get a daily planner, write a schedule for yourself.
Do you have a diary too?
No, I'm not a person.
How in depth does your daily planner go? As in, like, do you break down every hour of the day? How many items do you have in the planner? Like, for example, do you just have 5 items each day, or is it really detailed and you have 20 different items breaking down the day, or
So, I just spent all that time bigging up daily planners, whatever. I don't actually use it how it should be used.
Oh.
So on my days off, I just get it out and I write down everything I need to do, in order of importance over the course of my days off.
I see.
Over the course of 3 days, what is all this stuff that I need to get done? So there's not pressure of it has to be done at this time. It's not pressure like that. But it is pressure. It's gentle pressure in terms of here's what you got to do. Here's the time frame.
Do it.
Yeah, do it in whatever order works best for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do easy things first. Sometimes I'll get the hard stuff out of the way. Depends on how I'm feeling that week. Sometimes my energy levels kind of fluctuate. So it's just doing about what works best for me and not putting too much pressure on myself to stick exactly to the schedule.
Yeah.
That's interesting, yeah. Because that's actually, I think that's why, because I, especially with work and with days off and with when tensile media was more prevalent, I thought, oh, well, I should have a plan in place. I should structure my days so I'm not fucking around all day and, doing things that are important. But for me, I found that having like a set plan in place where, do this at 3 p.m, do that the next step, yada, yada, yada. Then when the day comes that I'm, maybe I wake up a little bit later or maybe then I'm not able to fulfill the plan to the way that it's written, then I'm just like, oh, fuck. And then it's all like I lose sort of like connection to it. I'm not motivated to do it anymore. And then it just all goes out the window.
You lose.
Yeah. What I found was, and that was like, because one of my family members got me this book that has all of that. So it has like lines that has like the hour next to it. So it's helping you to write everything in that way. So you write, at 10 o'clock I'm going to do this, 5 o'clock I'm going to do this.
A daily planner.
Yeah. But instead what I use now is I've got this green book that's just plain paper with lines on it. Just that. And then at the top of the page on the heading, I just write the dates. And then any shit that I want to write down, I just write it down. And then, yeah. I find, sometimes it's also nice to just write down like a reflection of like what you've done during the day. That sometimes helps me to like be aligned with like what I'm doing. Because otherwise sometimes I find that I can go through a whole day of like doing stuff. And then the next day, 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 and then before you know it, at the end of it all, you're like, what the fuck have I done these past days? It's like there's been no structure or like mental checkpoints, but kind of like when you sit down and you write down what you've done the day that's just passed, it's kind of like a mental checkpoint that you remember, because you remember sitting down and going through what you did today and kind of like writing it down. And then in that moment where you're writing down what you did today, you're also planning what you're going to do tomorrow. Whereas if you don't do that at all, you're kind of just going along and like doing stuff.
It's also encouraging to write down what you've done the day before. It's encouraging if you have done stuff, because it's like, well, look at what I've already done. Why can I not do this the next day? Or it's, if you haven't done anything, it's, all right, well, yesterday was a chill day. Now I can focus. Now I can do stuff. And that's what I find important about the kind of lack of serious pressure, not planning out everything hour by hour, is that if you do plan everything hour by hour and you miss something out, or you go over schedule or whatever, you lose momentum. And so, and then therefore you lose kind of inspiration to keep doing it.
You lose commitment to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then also, even if you do stay committed to it, and maybe, you change it and you change the hour, now you're just wasting time rewriting a plan that you wrote earlier, whereas you could have just written down sort of like basic things that you want to do today.
One of the things that was actually stopping me from trying to implement this into my life was I thought, oh, well, this is it's going to take me too long every day. Like, I don't want to take half an hour out of my day to just sit and write this boring ass thing. And then one day I just did it. I was like, fuck it, I'll just bite the bullet and do it. And I have never looked back. I mean, for anything, honestly, including anything creative like projects or whatever, or work. It's just something you want to do. Just do it. Just take the first step and do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, because you'll figure it out. Just do it. Too many people they don't do what they want to do. They don't do it, man. Yeah. They don't do what they want to do. They don't do what they need to do because they worry, what if it goes wrong when I take that first step? But just do it. Just take that first step.
Just do it. Head up. Do it.
Nike. Just do it.
I do it. In fact, I've been doing it since I dropped out of uni. Yeah, that's like pretty much, because I've found the best way for me to like stay sort of like happy and motivated is to like have a clear, like defined picture of what it is I'm moving towards in a reasonable amount of time, as in like within like the next 2 to 3 months, what my goals are. So I feel like writing down your daily goals can be good, or like what you want to do today, but then like without like I don't know how this is going to sound, but we're going to do it anyway.
What are you doing?
I'm just this
the wind.
This is
when
how
you flip
much,
the page and the sound of the page is going to...
It's like an audio experience for the user. Yeah. They can hear the pages turning. Yeah. So.
You can imagine you're holding the book.
Yeah.
Is
this a bad idea?
You just turn another page. I'm still not
if it sounds bad, Bradley will cut it.
Are you going to read from it?
I'm not going to read from it. I'm just showing.
Oh,
like,
I thought
I'm just showing generally. Like,
then it's a bad idea. This is an audio podcast. What the fuck are you doing?
That's why I put it here, so you can hear the pages.
No one cares about the pages.
All right, fuck you. Well, basically,
they can't hear what's written on the page.
I also need to have it in front of me to know what I'm talking about, because I can't remember exactly what. Yeah, but I don't like number things. I just kind of like write shit in the book. Yeah. And then either it'll be like get a fucking job, push yourself. Like interview for today. I have to do this, do that.
Am I mentioned in there?
You probably might be mentioned somewhere in the book.
Kill Bradley.
Most of the stuff in here is like work related. This is like my thoughts on work
and friendship with
and like general plans. Yeah. So like I usually just like write a mixture of general goals and like assessing where I'm going. Yeah, because I'm a very goal oriented person. I feel like if I didn't have like a general goal or plan, then I just feel like I'm floating and not doing anything.
You'd kill yourself.
I'd kill myself. But yeah, I'm a big believer in planning and writing.
Nice.
Not generally writing, but writing your plans. Yeah. In a book, on paper.
Yeah.
With a pen, a black pen. Don't use a blue pen.
I hate
use a black pen. A biro. One of the ones that click.
Yeah.
So while you're writing it down, you can pause and click it every so often. You can like bite the end of it, and you can be like eureka, and then write down what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe don't bite the end of it because you'll get ink in your mouth.
Yeah.
Lightly lick the end of it, so as if you're weighing it in order to write more.
Yeah.
Like in the old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quill.
A quill.
Write it with a
fountain
quill.
Pen. Yeah, that's what they're called, a fountain pen.
They're called quills.
No, a fountain pen is the update to the quill.
The quill is the original feather.
Yeah, the quill is it's the like bit of the metal thing with the stick and the feather. You dip it in a pot of ink.
I want one of them.
They're badass, man.
Awesome,
I imagine inkwells are expensive though.
William Shakespeare wrote all of his plays with a quill and pen.
Really?
Quill and paper even, no pens.
Just get a pet octopus and then you have free ink.
Yeah.
Or just
pick it up out of the tank.
Reserve.
Yeah. Have the octopus attached to some kind of contraption that's
no.
regularly.
No, you're thinking too much about it. All you got to do is grab the octopus, pull it out of the tank, hold it over a box, and go boom. And
I think that's animal abuse stuff.
Nah, it's fine. He's intelligent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Makes it worse.
Or go the Rick and Morty route.
No, but he's intelligent,
go the Rick and
so
Morty
it's
route
his.
Put it in a can.
Yeah.
Or just grab an ink tray.
Oh no! What was it that they did?
What?
They had like the bodies, and it was just like limbless bodies that they cut, and the spaghetti came out.
Oh,
yeah. Do that with the squid.
One of my favourite episodes that season. I think it was one of the best.
It's the best. It's one of the best seasons.
I mean, not
the best.
I quite like it.
It's the third best season. I like it a lot.
It's just certainly better than the past two.
Right.
3.
Season 4 is pretty shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Not us.
No.
We have. And you've listened.
Yes.
So you know what our opinions on it.
Sorry, I mean you and me personally.
You and me personally have not. Yeah, fuck you, Hector.
Me and Tom as well. We'll do 2 separate episodes.
No, it's the same episode, just 2 separate conversations.
Yeah.
And he contradicts himself in both.
2 completely different opinions with each different person.
Just wildly different perspectives.
Also a slightly different accent and voice tone.
Yeah. And he sits on your left or he sits on my right.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we talk about it? Do you want to talk about it? Have you heard about this?
Excuse me.
What do you think of Rick and Morty season 7?
Yes, yeah, pretty good. I actually haven't seen a couple of the episodes because they were removed off of the All 4 streaming service.
Really? Which one?
The free streaming service. Channel 4 even, sorry.
Yeah, which one?
The one where I paused because I thought you were yawning. The one where Eye Patch Morty comes back.
Oh, that's really, really good.
Yeah, I know. I'm so upset that I haven't seen it.
No.
I've got to wait now for it to come on Netflix, unless I sail the high seas. But well, I don't know how I feel about that.
What are some other ones that you haven't seen? How many episodes?
Well, I wouldn't know because it's all right. You're going to fix this in post. You're going to cover up the silence.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be that long, Jesus.
I want to make you work.
This is already work.
Yeah, well, I don't know which ones I haven't seen because
Good point.
I haven't seen.
Well, how many episodes of the season have you watched? There's 10.
7 or 8.
Oh, so you've not seen the season? You barely watched it?
I wouldn't say barely. I said I've
That's
mostly
more than
watched
50%.
it.
Oh no, you just said you haven't seen 8 of them.
No,
No.
he has seen 8 of them.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
I say.
Then that would be barely. Yeah.
Okay, so what? I mean, episode 5 is one with Eye Patch Morty.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that one.
Okay, have you seen the one with where Morty's on Summer's chest?
Yep.
Have you seen The Observer?
No.
It's like a stone.
The clip show episodes.
No.
Okay, so it's 5 and
I
6.
didn't know there was a...
It's 5 and 6 you haven't watched.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, then. I'll check them out.
The Observer one is okay.
It's alright. But episode 5 is brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you guys spoken about What If yet? Season 2?
We haven't, but he hasn't watched it.
Oh, okay.
Because...
I heard it's bad.
We can do a little spoiler-free thing real quick. I'll say...
I didn't care for it.
I liked it because I just love the concept. Not as good as season 1.
Not as good as season 1.
I think season 1 knocked it out of the park. I loved all the episodes. I know a lot of people didn't.
No, I think season 1's okay.
I liked it. It was just a bit of fun. Didn't really need to take it seriously until the final 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay.
What was that episode that, like, where the Watcher is fighting the...
Ultron. And it's like an anime boss battle.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was freaking
You
Finale
can't
of season
comprehend the
1.
power of my will.
That was fucking awesome. I loved that shit. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was my favourite episode.
That was probably the only time where we've watched something and I've audibly been like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And when he crashes down, he has.
You did that during The Boys quite a lot.
Oh, there, yeah.
I think they in the live action they did the Ultron character dirty.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Ultron in the movie is shit.
Yeah, in the comic, he is one of the most formidable villains that they face. Sometimes he's a good guy, but
depends on which Ultron it is.
Yeah, but I think Ultra Vision, is that what they called him? Yeah, Ultron Vision, whatever. Fantastic villain, so intimidating.
Yeah.
And just the way it was. Anyways, reminiscing about season 1.
Yeah. Season 2, I mean, I thought it was pretty mid to below average for the most part. There were some episodes that were really shit. I thought when the one where Happy Hogan is doing Die Hard is shit. Really bad in my opinion.
It felt like a filler episode.
Yeah, and this is a show that shouldn't have them.
Yeah, and I see. So it felt almost like they were playing it for, like they were playing the concept for a joke.
Yeah.
So I read that they used.
They have an episode where Happy Hogan, who's played by Jon Favreau, the fat guy who likes Tony, does a Die Hard in Avengers Tower, and he turns into a Purple Hulk.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The Incredible Bulk.
The Incredible Bulk.
Yeah,
wow, The Incredible Bulk is now featured in Marvel.
Bulk. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Bulk.
Yeah.
Bulk. But yeah, I thought it's not easy to feel, but it's just garbage. It's terrible.
Well, I think they said that each episode is inspired by like an 80s action movie. So you've got Mad Max, you've got Die Hard. I feel like one of them's Escape from New York. I don't remember. That's just what I read. Anyways, but I think having that as an inspiration is kind of like, well, you're undermining the main concept of the show. The main concept of the show is to take the MCU, pick out key events, and be like, what if it happened differently?
It's in the goddamn title, guys.
Exactly. But if I don't know, this season kind of felt like they just, I don't know, a lot of the changes didn't make too much sense.
I thought the Nebula episode was pish.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
I don't even remember the concept.
Happy Hogan episode pish. I thought the Hella one was underwhelming. I
remember Jude Law came back.
Yeah.
For the...
whatever fucking one it was.
Yeah. The Nebula episode.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't play it up too much. Okay.
It was a shit. I honestly... It was 9 episodes over 9 days, and by the 4th day I was like, God, do I have to endure another 5 days? I wish it was weekly. At least I'd have a fucking mental checkpoint. Like,
yeah, it was kind of disappointing, I'd say.
Yeah. And the fact that they dropped them 1 episode a day is proof that it was they whenever Disney specifically does that, it's because they know that if they do it weekly, then 8 weeks from now, no one's going to be talking about What If.
Well, I still haven't seen Echo.
We saw Echo. You had an episode about it?
I did listen to it, surprisingly spoiler-free.
Yeah, I don't think we spoiled too much.
No, yeah, but it is bad.
I mean, well, everything that you quote-unquote spoiled, I already knew about it.
Do you think it was a good review?
Not gonna lie, don't remember.
The very crude boob jokes.
Apart from the booby jokes. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I forgot about the booby jokes. Yeah,
just
they were fun.
It was because in one of the shots in one of the episodes, it was like, so it's like the old man, the granddad or the parent, the uncle, whatever it is. The main character.
Oh, you mean that guy? Yes, yeah.
Main character comes into his workshop. He's like a kind old man, cheerful, and then the camera cuts to this figurine in his workshop that he's been working on, and it is like a female figurine with ginormous tits, and like a naked figurine
headless,
with ginormous tits, like
huge
absolutely
tits.
Massive.
And then Echo signs, "What is this?" And he goes, "That is a sculpture of your ancestors."
And then from then and there onwards, it just became a joke. Like
the highlight of the night was definitely there's a bit where Echo. You've heard this, sorry, but you might have forgotten.
You're gonna hear it again.
Yeah, no, I have.
There's a bit where Echo is being held hostage, and she looks through the door, and she's been held hostage by a woman with, quite frankly, enormous tits. And then she turns around and Hector goes, "I don't think I could take her."
I was listening to this episode while I was at work, so I thanks for the horrible flashbacks. I don't want to be back in that place.
Oh, God.
So I guess I have a question about Echo. So she, in the comic, she doesn't have a prosthetic leg.
Yes.
She's only deaf.
Yes.
So was that just happenstance casting? She was the best actress that they could find, or were they intentionally looking for someone with a visual disability because they were like, oh, she's not disabled enough?
Well,
they weren't happy with the representation they already have, so they kind of undermine it by...
They claimed the first, but knowing Disney, it could have been the second.
Well, I think it was definitely the second. Purely because she was a terrible actress.
I've disagreed with this. I don't think she's a bad actress. It's just the character has nothing to do.
Right.
Hector was like, yeah, but she's always putting the same face. She's always angry. And it's like, well, yeah, Echo, the character is always angry. She's not had a fucking single reason to smile in 5 hours. Like.
Even still, it's just something about her screamed, and also the fact that was her first
It is her first role.
So it makes sense. Yeah, she wasn't a good actress, which would leave me.
Yeah,
to
but Miss
believe...
Marvel, Iman Vellani, is also her first role, and she knocks it out of the park.
She is great. Brilliant. She's so likable. Her
charisma is just amazing.
Her whole family, everyone they cast in her family, great chemistry.
But her especially, because again, first role, just like Echo. But yeah, she's way more. She's a movie star. Echo at this point is not a movie star. You know.
Yeah. The reason that I brought that up is because of what I've seen about her as a character and the way that they talk about her. They talk about her like they're so proud and but it seems like they don't actually care about the character and what makes Echo, which is what has informed my suspicion of you don't actually care about the character. You don't care that she's disabled, which is why you've given her a visible disability.
Yeah.
And from what you guys seem to have said, and from what I've heard other people say, is her disability has nothing to do with her character.
Well, the deafness or the leg?
The leg and the deafness. It's not integral to her character. It doesn't change her anyway. It doesn't add to her.
It's
dynamic.
funny. In Echo, it doesn't. In Hawkeye, it does.
Yeah.
Because Hawkeye has hearing aids, and so she knocks them out and breaks them, and is like, now you fight how I fight.
Well,
that's a way of really incorporating the deafness into the story by ruining it for your main character and making him face the same,
I think the deafness was definitely more integral to the story and character than her fucking prosthetic leg, which basically,
it's only really
it might as well have not been
okay.
There. Yeah.
So that then is maybe points in favor of the casting just worked out that way.
Yeah.
Because that kind of seems like they hadn't written that into the character. But then she showed up for casting, they were like, she's great, we want that, we're going to write that in.
Yeah.
So, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll never know. But
well, I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
So
Bradley was actually one of the directors.
When I was watching the Echo trailers, I rolled my eyes because I was like, I just know that this isn't going to be good, and or at least the writing won't be good because. So I was watching the trailer, and then Kingpin came on screen, and he was spoilers for people who haven't seen Echo. Kingpin comes on screen, and he says some shit like, "Maya, you're so full of hurt and pain, and you lash out at other people. Tell me, who's really the monster?"
Yeah.
You've killed thousands of people.
Yeah.
You've affected thousands more. You are definitively the monster.
You destroyed a man's head with a car door.
all the people that she's killed, by the way, you've told her to, Mr. fucking Kingpin. Yeah. So I saw that in the trailer and I was like, this is garbaggio. Does it play out like that in the show?
Very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so here's the thing, because even in the behind the scenes, they're always like, "Oh, this is the first. This is one of our first shows about the villain." She's not a villain in this show at all. She's clearly an anti-hero. In Hawkeye, she was a villain, but in this show, when they're like, "Oh, it's a story about a villain." No, it's not Joker. It's not. She's clearly a good person trying to do good things.
She's just a bit of a douchebag.
Yeah, she's just a bit of a dick. Yeah.
Well, I think in the comic, I think she's kind of almost a Punisher analog a little bit.
Yeah, she's in a way she was a replacement for Elektra because she's tied very heavily to Daredevil.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, which is why I was excited when I heard Daredevil was going to be in it. I was like, oh, bet he's introduced episode 3. We get 2 episodes of him and Maya, and the way they communicate is going to be interesting. And then he appears in one 40-second scene in the first episode and never appears again. Got my dick nice and hard for the beginning, only to blue balls me by the end.
I wonder if she's going to show up in Daredevil Born Again.
Possibly, but at the same time, they're doing so much in the show. Bullseye's been confirmed, Punisher's coming back. Yeah, they're bringing back Bullseye, they're bringing back Karen, they're bringing back Foggy.
I have a show recommendation. Hit Monkey.
I've heard of it. Yep.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it. I've heard of it.
Oh, dude. So good. Bullseye's in it.
Oh, nice.
And it's like a Marvel property.
Yeah.
So good.
About a monkey assassin. because that's a Marvel thing.
That's it.
A monkey assassin who has a little assassin ghost friend who is played
Hang
by
on.
Jason
You say
Sudeikis.
monkey assassin. You don't mean an assassin that only kills monkeys. You mean
No,
an
no.
assassin who is a monkey, right? Yeah.
A human assassin who is a monkey.
I see. Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah, very good show. Really, really like
But yeah,
it.
they're bringing back Bullseye, they're bringing back the Punisher, there's rumours they're bringing back Jessica, fucking rumours bringing back Luke Cage, so many rumours.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad that they're bringing back John Bernthal.
100%.
I think he to me he is the Punisher.
100%.
He embodies that role perfectly. In the same way that J. Jonah Jameson is J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
The same with the Punisher and John Bernthal.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said not 100%.
No, I said yes.
Well,
I disagree with you.
we'll gush more about how incredible John Bernthal is in the next The Walking Dead special episode that we record.
When we do that.
When we do that, whenever we do that.
Yeah, because I don't think it'll be tonight.
No, it's not going to be tonight. It's getting far too late already.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Well,
Echo, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a fan. It didn't need to be a TV show. In fact, it being a TV show directly hampered it. It would have been better if it was just some TV movie.
It essentially was a movie. It felt like my memory of it is that me and you sat down and we watched a movie.
A 3.5 hour movie.
That is what it felt like. And also the first episode was awful.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I was sitting watching it and I was thinking, it's got to get better. I wasn't going to say anything specifically because I thought, if I complain about it now, Bradley's going to be like, give it a chance. It's only the first episode. So I thought, I'm going to give it a chance. It didn't get much better. It was pretty bad throughout the whole.
But the first half of episode 1, like the first 25 minutes of that episode, are all recapping her life and the events of Hawkeye. And because that's the thing. Even I was watching it, being like, "Wow, if I hadn't seen the show, this would be incomprehensible garbage." I wonder what Hector's thinking.
Yeah, it was incomprehensible garbage. It was awfully paced. Yeah. Awfully paced.
Yeah, it was bad. That recap.
Yeah.
you guys talked about Loki season 2 yet?
I haven't seen any of the Loki.
He hasn't even seen season 1.
No.
Never mind then. I won't say anything.
It's good though.
Yeah, it's good. It's a nice.
I think season 1's better than season 2.
I think so too.
Yes.
I think so too. However, I think it's a nice little 2-season story.
Yeah.
Because they're not making any more.
Yeah. I think
it's a good place to leave him.
I think Jonathan Majors, unironically, is really bad as Victor Timely. I think it's really overacting, really during the scenery. It's too much.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
See, Jonathan Majors, who played Kang, being the opposite way,
Yeah.
because as we've talked about before, he got fired for abusing women.
Yeah.
The two people that I've heard most rumours about to come in and play him is Coleman Domingo.
That'd be nice.
Who, you know him from
Oscar
Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And the other name is, I think it's John David Washington Jr.
Yes. Yeah. What's his name? Denzel Washington's son.
Right.
He was in Tenet.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, basically, when he's Kang, he's serious and Shakespearean. How many of you have I killed? But then, as Timely and Loki, he's doing a stutter and he's overacting. And it's just, I was watching it being like, this is fucking cringe. Stop talking.
Oh, no.
My favourite version of Kang that he plays is the first
one above
form
all.
in Loki, the
one
He
He Remains. Yeah.
He Who Remains. I think that was such a perfect portrayal of
That
him.
was a great mix.
Because he was
It's
like,
not a good Kang, but it's a good performance.
I think it works as Kang. I think it works as the Kang that finished the war.
Yes.
And he's this insane guy who's isolated himself at the end
No, I
of
can
the
agree with that, but
universe.
it's definitely not a peak Kang. You want a peak Kang to be
Right.
serious. Right.
I think he was a good introduction to being like, this is Kang, but this isn't Kang.
Yeah.
This is a chill Kang. And he's still scary
This
as
is
hell.
the least evil Kang, and he's still an evil bitch.
Yeah. And he is also kind of, he's funny and he's kind of goofy and he doesn't really care, but you also understand he knows everything about everything ever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I thought Victor Timely, that was a cringe fucking performance.
Yeah. So they've confirmed now that they're keeping Kang as a character.
Yeah.
They're not going to replace him with Doctor Doom or whatever.
Even though I wouldn't have minded that, Doctor Doom is an MCU level baddie, you know.
Yeah. I think I said this last time I was on the podcast. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. But
actually, quick question: do you listen to the episodes you're in?
When they come up in order, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
No, I'll just, before I go to bed, I'll put on my episode.
No, but I meant some people would be like, oh, I can't do that. I can't listen to myself talk. I have to do it because I'm editing.
It makes me uncomfortable, but I have to because I need to
know the law.
Know the law, exactly. No, I need to like listen to myself back and be like, okay, here's where you messed up in speaking.
I see.
You need to be a bit more eloquent here.
So you're evaluating yourself based on these episodes.
I should do that.
Basically,
actually. That could be actually a really productive exercise.
Yeah, you've got hours and hours of audio
of how I talk. Yeah, to improve how you talk.
It's
that's
good.
actually interesting. Yeah, that's a really productive exercise.
It helps.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we'll see. I guess when I listen to this one, we'll see how.
You're gonna be a bit of time. You're gonna be stuttering by the end.
I have noticed I've been doing that a lot. What I literally just did, I've been kind of pausing my words quite a bit. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm struggling to think of what to say.
I think it's better to take pauses and to talk slowly than it is to talk faster.
Yes.
People who talk too fast and over-articulate what they're thinking to compensate for not being able to think of something properly. All of the people around you are just not interested in what you're saying anymore. But if you slow it down and you talk a little bit slower, now everyone is listening to you.
And sometimes, when you really need to sound serious, it's good to take a few really well-timed pauses.
God, I'm so fucking bored.
Into consideration.
You can't overdo it. Yeah.
You were on the edge of your seat that entire time.
You can't overdo it though, that's the problem. Yeah, talking is hard. As in, like, talking eloquently and talking. Actually, there was like a TED, what was it, maybe at MIT or a TEDx talk done by like a professor at a university, and he gave his lecture was all about how to talk. And he starts off the lecture being, taking the funny approach, being like, how to talk. Well, it's a dumb name for a lecture, but yeah, actually when you think about it, there's actually a lot behind how to talk properly and capture people's interest.
No, I watched the TEDx on the same subject, and the guy started out by pretending he was about to smoke a cigarette on stage. And then he was like, what? Oh, you don't want me to smoke? Is it because that 30% of, he lists out a bunch of statistics and he goes, but then again, that was all a lie. Everything I said there was fake. But because I said it like this, you believed every word I said. And then he talks into like how persuasive and even a completely fake argument could be if you just say it the right way.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing that this guy said in the talk that I watched that I noticed I do quite a lot actually is, so in India, it's very disrespectful when you're talking to people or when you're standing before someone. It's very disrespectful to have your hands in your pockets or be holding your hands or hiding your hands or doing something with your hands that puts them kind of out of sight. And you kind of do it automatically. You do it automatically when you're feeling uncomfortable. You want to put your hands in your pocket when you're talking in front of a big group of people, or you want to put your hands behind your back, or you want to kind of hold them together. But really, if you want to be expressive and have people understanding you and come across as a confident person, you should be doing not what Tom's doing, where he is rimming his own finger arsehole, but you want to talk with your hands, and then people, you seem like a more open, more interesting person, and you're more interesting to look at and listen to while you're talking. Right? If someone's just sat there with their hands in their pockets, just talking, yabba, 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 it's not interesting to look at. Yeah. But if they're expressing what they're talking about with their hands, it's now fun to actually look at them and listen to what they're talking about.
Yeah. As you just disproved, because that wasn't, man, your hands were going a million miles per hour there and falling asleep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also like a power thing. If you're talking to someone and their hands are in their pockets,
you're moving your hands to the
and your hands are in your pockets, the other person will automatically feel like they're more powerful over you while talking. Whereas if you have your hands out, it makes you seem more.
Yeah, but I think the opposite. When someone's got their hands in their pocket and they're talking to me, I'm always like, They got a gun. When your hands are out and you're using your hands, I can tell you're an unarmed man. You're nothing. You're no threat to me.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot that goes into talking eloquently and properly. Yeah, I should do that. I should listen to the podcast episodes. But it is cringe. It's cringe to hear yourself
making dumb bits.
It's third person, especially when we're making dumb, unfunny bits.
Yeah. Like that one time you were like, "This is my sandwich shop. Would you like to buy a sandwich?" You're going to listen back to that and you're going to cringe so hard.
I am going to cringe, yeah. But maybe I should listen back to it so I don't make cringy bits again. Yeah.
No, but the cringy bits are why we love you.
Yeah,
that's the only thing you add to the podcast.
Oh God. Yeah.
But yeah, Tom, you shouldn't watch Echo. It's shit. Well, watch it, but
I will.
Don't enjoy it because it's shit. You look forward to Daredevil Born Again?
Yes. Yeah, kind of. So it kind of worries me that so you heard about the episode cut.
Yep.
It was going to be 17 episodes. 18 episodes, and they cut 6. Sorry, what? They cut 6 episodes just like that.
It's almost half of the entire thing.
You were that willing to just let 6 episodes go?
Well, no, it's 18 episodes. It's exactly a third of the entire thing.
So yeah, so a third. Almost like that's almost half of it though. That's like
that's exactly a third.
But you were easily able to cut a third. That kind of made me worried for the pacing. That felt like there maybe was going to be a lot of filler in there.
Yeah. But also, we still don't know what the procedure was going to be. It could have been like She-Hulk, essentially, where it's like Monster of the Week with it all happening in the background.
She-Hulk. What a loaded fucking thing.
We didn't know the format of the show yet. It could have been 30-minute episodes for all we know, you know?
Yeah. True. Fair enough. They're just 10-minute episodes.
Oh, but I didn't say that. It's all TikToks. It's just 18 TikToks of Charlie Cox doing stunts.
It's just 18 minutes, all 60 seconds.
Yeah.
The episode is on the top and you've got Mike on the bottom.
Playing Marvel's Avengers in the right-hand corner.
You watch it on Disney Plus and it's just portrait for half the screen and the bottom half is Subway Surfers.
And each episode begins with, "Wow, this Daredevil could have really had me on the edge of my seat," in a dumb AI voice.
God, I hate the
TikTok.
internet. I especially hate TikTok.
Yeah. But yeah, how you think about it now, though?
Look, he's a great character.
He's my favourite.
He's very well portrayed.
Yes, he's my favourite MCU actor. I love Charlie Cox and Daredevil.
Even though The Defenders wasn't fantastic, I really did enjoy that era of Netflix Marvel.
Yeah. And you know my hot take? Defenders is fine. It's fine.
I didn't hate it when it came out.
Actually, we watched it recently.
I didn't like the dragon reveal.
Yeah, but
New York is just
on
built on top of multiple dragons, multiple dragon skeletons. Yeah. Didn't like that. I thought that was kind of lame, kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see my boy John Bernthal, man.
See, as much as I'm excited about John Bernthal, I'm way more excited about Charlie Cox. I love Daredevil, the character. I love him in all eras. I love season 1, that where he's the vigilante. He's not the Daredevil. He's the devil of Hell's Kitchen.
What do you think of his new suit?
It's pretty much just the old suit. It's fine. Oh, do you mean the yellow and
gold and yellow? Yeah.
Well,
I'm not a fan. I did like it when I saw it in darkness, and then I saw it not. In the scene where he's doing the walk of shame back from She-Hulk's house?
I think that's not a suit that's going to stick, personally.
Fair enough.
I don't think that's going to stick. He's wearing his old suit in Echo, but that is also the scene.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, but the scene that is a flashback.
Oh.
But I even if it is in Born Again, it's not going to be there the entire time. At some point, he's going back to the red. 100%.
That's something that I loved about the first season of Daredevil, is that he didn't get his suit.
Yeah.
Until the last episode.
Yeah, but then that's the thing I love about that episode. End of the last episode of season 1, he gets the suit. He's been doing it like that the entire time. In the second season, he's got the suit. He's arguably more powerful than he's ever been. But in the third season, he proves that he's never needed that fucking suit. The suit doesn't make the man. He is fucking Matt Murdock, The return to that outfit, the vigilante outfit, the ninja outfit, I fucking love the fact that we got 2 seasons. Like, that's, to me, like, that's Daredevil. He's not the costume. He spent most of that show in that outfit. When I think of Daredevil, I think of that outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we probably covered enough Marvel.
Yeah.
Talk to me. I wanted to talk about Talk to Me.
Okay, I'll talk to you. How are you doing today?
How have you been?
Have you seen the new horror movie Talk to Me? So I watched Talk to Me in like some spooky little cabin that I was in with my partner. Loved it. Oh my god, so good. Made by 2 YouTubers.
Yeah.
Australians, yeah. Aussies, set in Australia. All unknown actors. The main character, she's definitely a rising star. I think she's got some real star power. The only recognizable face was the mum character, who was played by Eowyn. Is that what she's called from Lord of the Rings? The chick that's like, I am no man. And then she kills the ring wraith.
I mean, I don't know her character's name. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, whatever.
I know that character, yeah.
And Aussie, or maybe she's from New Zealand. I don't know. Anyways.
No, yeah, but probably New Zealand if it's Lord of the Rings, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
You've got your cats.
Fantastic.
I don't give a shit, you know.
Really, really well made. The pacing was clean. I mean, this movie was a tight 90 minutes.
No.
With like 5 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Shouldn't have been any longer, shouldn't have been any shorter. I think it was perfect how it was. They originally filmed, so you know the scene where she goes to hell?
Yeah.
She sees what hell, or limbo, sorry. She sees what limbo's like. They recorded 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I think, or maybe 2.5 minutes of that limbo scene, of the scene in hell, and you get to see all the depraved, the fucking blood orgy that's going on between all the ghosts. And they cut it. I think in the film it's maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. They cut it all. And it works. It works better that way, I think. It just edge of my seat the entire time. The suspense was so well done. The tension was great. The characters had fantastic chemistry.
I remember that movie did something really interesting with the sound mixing. There was one scene in it, because I went and saw it twice. The first time I watched it, there was a scene where, during one of the haunting scenes, one where she's in the bedroom with that guy.
She's sucking toe.
Yeah, where she sucks toe. There's a noise, and there's something about the way they've mixed the audio. It sounded like it was coming from like the seats in the cinema. Damn. So many people turned their head to look that I was convinced that it was just a real noise in the cinema. But then it happened again when I watched it, and I watched it alone.
Damn.
In the cinema. So I looked over and I was like, wow, fucking well done. Because that's the idea. You watch it alone and you're looking around being like, what was that noise? Who made that? Like, yeah.
Wow.
There was something,
cool.
I was like, that's really, if that was intentional, that's really fucking well done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so well made. The music and the sound mixing was fantastic. The effects work on the ghosts, and they were so rarely shown.
Dude, the beating that the kid gets.
Oh my god.
Fucking brilliant.
When this kid who is still possessed by a ghost because they forgot to close the portal. So for you, Hector, who hasn't seen it, the concept of this film, basically, in this universe that these guys have created, teens doing their thing, they go to parties, they experiment with drugs, whatever. At some point, this haunted hand kind of makes its way around the social groups. It keeps getting passed from kid to kid because eventually the teenagers are like, I can't handle this anymore. So the
Wait, when you say a hand, what do you mean?
An actual hand, like a stone hand.
Oh right, okay.
Not stone, stonish, clay hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just like a. Yeah, and there's another hand out there somewhere in the world. It's in Greece that we later find out.
Them if you find them.
Yeah.
And so basically these kids do this ritual where they they get possessed for, I think it's 90 seconds.
Yeah, but everyone...
that's the limit, 90 seconds.
Everyone kind of thinks it's bullshit.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's bullshit, but everyone who does it seems to experience some kind of high from it. They feel amazing afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they've just had a soul go through their body, basically. So this young, I think he's 14, he's hanging out with these 17, 18-year-olds. He starts to feel left out, and he's like, well, I want to be a big boy, because people are making fun of me, so I want to do it. I want to do the hand. Basically, something goes wrong, so this kid starts to freak out, and they're not able to blow the candle out, and they're not able to sever the connection quick enough. So, because he's young, he should be doing it for even less time than them, which by this point he's now done it for longer than them, which is awful. And because they weren't able to close the gateway properly, he's still possessed. So he's now in a coma because he's hurt himself so badly.
He's going around the living room like smashing into shit.
Brutal prop work. Oh, they
really good.
They have an amazing shot where it's like on a slant, 90-degree angle.
Yeah, when he's doing it against the wall.
Yeah. And the camera follows his head.
Yeah.
Anyways,
think about that scene in Hereditary where he smashes his. It's like way more brutal than that. Yeah. And that's still like a brutal shot in Hereditary.
Way more brutal than that, and it's more extended than that as well.
Yeah.
So, they rush him to the hospital.
He's destroyed.
Every time he wakes up from his coma, he tries to kill himself again. He just beats his head against the wall. Yeah. Tries to kill himself in any way possible. So basically they find out...
Because the demons want him dead.
Yeah. Well, they want to torture his yummy, yummy soul. Because they're trapped in limbo, and so all they can do is just try and feel physical pleasure. So they're fucking this poor boy, or his soul at least, and they're like eating him, but it's happening constantly. I think he's in the coma for like a week, 2 weeks, something like that, or he's in this state. And
eventually it gets to the point because him waking up is dangerous, so they put him in a medically induced coma.
Which obviously keeps him there for longer. So, anyways.
Oh yeah, there's that bit where isn't it? He wakes up in the elevator, or when he wakes up and it's revealed that he's like hurting himself again, and his mum's there. That's a harrowing scene.
Yeah,
see his mum's reaction to that, because the kid's like 14.
Remember? She's a fantastic actor. Everyone. The film was perfectly cast. I don't think there's a weak link anywhere. I don't want to call them friends because they're not their friends, but the teenagers that originally give them the possessed hand,
Cole, Mike, and Chris.
They they very quickly dip from the narrative because all this shit happens, all this shit goes wrong, and they're like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm not involved in this." They were set up to be assholes, and their character arc was maybe let's stop doing this stuff, but they're not going to stop being assholes though. They had very good characterization. Anyways, so main character, she gets.
Main character,
main character, she gets convinced by her ghost mum, which is a different ghost pretending to be her mum. She gets convinced by her ghost mum to try and kill the kid in the coma because then they'll have his soul forever. But the ghost convinces her by saying, he's in pain, you need to end his suffering. But really it would be perpetuating his suffering. So, the final scene is Mia, I think she's called.
Yep.
She's got the wheelchair with the passed out coma boy in the wheelchair. She's holding him on the side of a motorway, and she's about to push him off. And then you hear his sister from over the hill shout his name, whatever. She comes over the hill, and then, I don't know, something weird. There's a bit of weird editing trickery where all of a sudden a body falls in the road and you see it from the position of the driver in the car, and they hit the body, and it's like, oh fuck, she did it, she pushed him. And then the camera zooms out and it's her on the ground, and she kind of stands up off the ground. She's now a ghost, but she doesn't know that yet. And she turns around and she sees the sister helping her brother up, who's now on the ground, but not in the motorway, on the hill that was going to get... Sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay.
On the hill that she was going to push him off of, so she never pushed him.
Mm.
But she didn't jump. So my theory, and I really think this works, my theory is that the sister, who up until this point has shown to be fiercely loyal of her younger brother, but is also fiercely loyal of Mia, but as the film progresses, you can see there's a rift that starts to open up between them. She blames her, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's good.
So I think that she pushed Mia. I think she pushed the main character into the road.
I like that theory.
And then it shows Mia going through limbo, and she's going through the hospital, and she sees the young coma boy start to recover. They leave the hospital, months go by, but it's all quick to her because she's now dead. And then she sees her dad, who she earlier stabbed in the neck because the ghost tricked her. We don't know if he's dead or if he survived that or whatever.
Yeah, but I think it's safe to assume he died.
Yeah. And he starts walking out of the hospital, and she follows him, and the lights all turn off in the hospital, and then it's pitch black. She's by herself. She's like, I don't know where I am, whatever. And then she sees a light in the distance, so she walks towards the light, and it's a candle, and they were using a candle to do the seance before. And then she sees a chair at a desk with the left hand on the table, which is the left hand is the hand that we never see. It's the right hand that they have, and she grabs onto the left hand, and then all of a sudden she's in Greece, and it's the people with the other hand, and they say, "Talk to me, I let you in," and she goes into them, and now she's part of the ghosts, and apparently it's getting a sequel.
Yeah.
It doesn't need a sequel
at
all. I think a sequel would cheapen.
I like the theory that the sister pushed it. My theory about that was...
I haven't heard anyone say that theory for some reason. I think it's very obvious that she pushed her.
My theory, and there's not a lot of evidence, but it's the idea I like, is that because I think it's established in the subtleties of the movie that while he's being physically tortured, the boy, she's being mentally tortured.
Mm-hmm.
She's, at this point, in my opinion, as tortured as he is.
Mm-hmm.
So... when it seemed that, she was about to push the boy's still possessed, remember, at this point. I feel like, I don't know, it was almost as if the ghost, she was the real target. So my theory was that he did it. They kind of used him to quickly just make that one snap decision, push her instead of him,
Interesting.
And then once they released, because he is so physically battered, he just went back into the coma. But,
Interesting. Wow.
For that theory to work, though, he essentially would have to have been faking the coma, or at least the demon wasn't actually possessing him when he was in the coma, because the demon at that point is torturing Mia, if that makes sense.
But it's not the same. It's not the same demon though. So, oh man, sorry. Just another really interesting detail is the more mentally tortured Mia gets, the more the ghost of her mum starts to get wet. That sounds awful. starts to drip with like water, whatever. The very first ghost that she ever encounters, because they say it's different every time that you hold onto the hand. Yeah. The first ghost that she encounters is a fat woman that drowned to death.
Yeah.
So obviously that means that's the ghost mum.
Yeah.
However, it's seen that the boy has, the 14-year-old kid has a different ghost possessing him. It's like, I think it's like an old man.
Yeah.
And you do see when he wakes up in the hospital, he is definitely possessed by the same character.
The demons could be kind of a collective. You know what I mean? True. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember leaving thinking that was my theory.
This is one of the reasons that I, again, love the film, because it's just, you have so many questions afterwards, and it's so fun to speculate, and you don't feel disappointed that you don't get those answers.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a fine line that we walk in storytelling, is when and what answers do we give and why.
The sucking toes bit is weird.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It makes sense, I guess, for characterization of the demons is like there's nothing to do in limbo.
Yeah.
There is nothing to do. So you're just weird and depraved.
Yeah. There's some demon that I was like, I really want to suck someone's toes. Used her to do
You
it.
really wanted to. Yeah.
Actually, the actress of Mia requested that, and so they wrote that in.
What?
I'm joking. Please don't sue me for libel.
I was about to say, what the fuck did you just say?
That'd be really fucked. Yeah.
I've got a suggestion for my character.
I want my character.
I think Mia would suck.
You know that 14-year-old that you've cast. He's got some yummy looking toes. Yeah. got that.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good.
We're not getting cancelled today.
Cut that.
I thought it was good. I don't know. I think I gave it a 7, which is good. But was it my favourite horror film of the year? I mean, it might be better than, but I did enjoy Evil Dead Rise more. But I also have a strong connection to the Evil Dead franchise as a whole.
I think part of the reason that I think it is better, I think the reason that I think it's possibly the best horror of the year is because it was made by two YouTubers.
Yeah, I get that.
It was made on such a tiny budget.
Yeah.
It's their first feature film. It's an original project.
Yeah.
It's just got so many merits. It had to stand on its own two legs.
Yeah.
It had to do so much heavy lifting by itself. Because it's an indie film, right?
Yeah.
So that just scores it points for me. You say it's a 7. I think it's a solid 8, maybe a 9.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's anything I could improve upon it, but I don't think any film is a 10.
Well, I disagree with that. That's me saying.
What film is a 10? Shrek, obviously, but...
I can think of a few 10s. The most recent 10 I've given is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I think it's really a perfect movie.
It is a
Have you seen
good movie.
I have seen it. I'm trying to think if I disagree.
I think not only is it a perfect movie, but it has literally everything. Like, it covers everywhere. It covers every genre, every sort of scene you can have. It has the quiet scenes, the slow scenes, the bombastic scenes. It covers everything. Everywhere.
Fair.
All at once.
It's perfect blend of comedy and drama, and it gets you right in the feels. It makes you
laugh,
makes you cry, makes you cry, laugh.
The acting, every single actor in that film is a fucking powerhouse. The fact that Stephanie Hugh lost the Oscar to Jamie Lee Curtis, who was also it's the same movie, is outrageous to me. She so deserved that Oscar.
Also has spurred on Kei Hyuk Kwan's renaissance.
Yeah, and Michelle Yeoh's.
Yeah.
I think it was really, really good. I think it was really, really good.
What did you rate it?
I would... See, I don't really know what a 10 is, to be honest. I don't really know what a 10 is. But for me, I'd rate it a 10, or I'd rate it as high as I could, purely because that was the only movie that could possibly have made me think about so many things that I care about. Cry, laugh, feel sad, feel happy, feel connected. It touched on so many things. It explored family dynamics, the sad part of it, the happy part of it, kind of the loads of ideals and sort of common parts of people's lives. A father who isn't proud of you, a family who doesn't care for you, a mother who, You know
about that, wouldn't you, Tom?
A mother who wants you to be something else. And it explores it in a way which is pretty bold.
Yeah.
By having, there's even a scene where they have fucking hot dogs for fingers.
Yeah.
Even though that's that doesn't mean anything, but I feel like that being there kind of displays that they were able to be incredibly bold and brash with planning and writing it, and it still somehow was really good. Yeah. That in itself, I think, merits a lot of points. They even just have a random scene where they're just stones, and there's no... Dude,
that's one of the most beautiful scenes in the entire film. Right?
Exactly, it's incredible, and that touched on... I was like, wow, this movie is incredible, because I teared up. I kind of get that scene in many ways. we are all just atoms. Yeah. So once upon a time, all three of us, the atoms in our body, there's a high chance that once upon a time all of us were just stones next to each other on this planet. Better, Right? But like the fact that is true, that has to be true. There's trillions of atoms in our body. At some point in time, all three of us were somewhere on Earth as rocks next to each other.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, and there's loads of really cool parts of the movie that I thought were really good. And the fact that they did all of that without it being cringy and shit.
Or too long. It's like a perfect length.
Yeah. Merits it well. And the fact that they're able to do all of that and have it paced in a way that I think is quite nice.
Yeah.
Is also pretty good, I think.
So for me that's a 10. But that's the first 10 I've rated since a movie from 2014. Don't know what that movie was. Birdman.
That's a 10 for you.
That's a 10 for me.
Interesting.
That's a strong 10 for me. I fucking love Birdman.
I would at least give it an 8.
Really? Okay.
At least. I think it's fantastic. Just the whole aspect of the one take, and because it's a stage play, and fantastic.
But not only that, while that is an incredibly impressive thing about it, in my opinion, everything in that movie works. Every single character interaction, the entire story, the character arcs. I think everything in that film is fucking masterful. Every time we revisit the stage production, something changes, something dramatic in the characterization, and it's beautiful to see that progression until the end.
It really struck a chord with me because I've been doing stage acting since I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of the dynamics in theatre and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of, really resonated with me, a lot of it as well.
But I thought it was beautiful.
I haven't seen Birdman.
Recommend.
Honestly, it's one of my favourite movies of all time. It's 100% in my top 10. So you should watch it.
It's the guy that directed The Revenant, isn't it?
Yes.
That was his next film.
Yes.
Yeah. Also really good. Really enjoyed The Revenant.
No, it was the film before. Yeah, The Revenant was his next film after Birdman.
2016.
Yeah. And then some of our 10s. The Shining is a 10. It's an honorary 10. It might not actually be a masterpiece, but to me it is. But actual masterpieces, Drive, I think, is a 10. You seen Drive?
Not yet.
You should. Her?
Her, yeah.
I think that's a strong 10. I love Her.
It's not a 10 for me because it's not my kind of film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like romance, but the concept of it and the set dressing and the production design, just everything. Yeah. I can appreciate the craftsmanship.
Made me cry like a bitch.
Well, you can cut this bit out, but I have a request for a different podcast topic.
Sure.
Can I bring my DVD of Mad God? Horror, stop motion.
Okay.
Came out, not Ray Harryhausen, one of his guys that he tutored.
Okay.
What's he called? Phil Tippett. Phil Tippett. It's a film that he did completely by himself with all this funding. Really good. I think we should watch it, and then we should have just an hour special where we just talk about it. Okay. I think you'll love it.
Sure.
I loved it. It's one of my favourite horror films. I think it might be my favourite horror film.
Okay.
Just simply because it's stop motion, and that's just what I vibe with.
Oh, stop motion.
Yeah.
Actually, talking about that,
cool.
Have you ever seen The Wolf House?
The Wolf House?
Yeah.
No.
Well, speaking of houses, The House.
Still haven't seen it. It's
it's an anthology.
Yeah.
The first one, I think, is, or what do you call that? It's like 3 stories in one movie. Is that called an anthology?
Anthology, yeah.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't have to be in one movie, but yeah.
Yeah. The first story is very good. The second story, meh. And the third story, I also think is very good. The first story, and what's nice is all of them have 3 very distinctly different art styles. They don't all look the same. They haven't the first one is done with felt.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is I can't remember, but they are all different. They're done in different styles, which is nice. Yeah, but I recommend it. I think it's good. It's not a horror. I think it's more maybe a weird comedy, but not the sort of comedy that's going to make you laugh loads. I think that's what it's classified as. I think it's classified as a dark comedy. Yeah. The first episode is weird. Not episode. The first part is weird. And very weird. You have to watch it.
Meanwhile, The Wolf House is a horror. strong. I love this movie. It's actually uncomfortable. I don't like watching it because the animation in it is fucking really great. But
I'll check it out.
But do you want to hear what it's about quick?
Yeah.
So it's about a woman who is in the middle of a war, and she runs to this like farmhouse in order to hide. She's alone. She's had to leave her kids, but on the farm she finds 2 pigs.
Oh,
I've told you about
you
this.
told me about this. I mean, do you want to spoil it then? If you're gonna watch it,
I'd rather you didn't spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because actually, yeah, you told me about that, and man, that is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fucking weird.
Yeah, you should watch it. I think it's on YouTube.
Yeah, really weird.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll probably shit myself, but I'll watch it as well. You know,
it's a movie I definitely would never, ever, ever watch on acid.
Okay, so I won't watch it tonight then.
No. Yeah, it's because there's something about that sort of animation. I mean, stop motion has always been a bit creepy. I used to be scared of Wallace and Gromit as a kid, but the way it's presented in that film is genuinely like really disturbing to watch. Freak the fuck out of some kids with that shit.
Yeah, I'd probably die if I watched that on acid. I think I think you showed me certain scenes from it. Yeah. You should
I think
I'd probably die if I watched that one tripping.
I watched, speaking of horror movies that came out in 2023, I watched this ridiculous video, and I thought, why would you ever do this? Why would you ever put yourself through this? Of this guy who took, I think, 200 UGs of acid, I think.
Oh, okay, that's not that much.
And went to go see Smile.
Oh.
Yeah. So the film was done, and they were walking through the street, and people were smiling at them, because I think these guys are from Canada.
Yeah.
And obviously that freaked them the hell out. But yeah, terrible decision. Yeah,
I thought you were about to say he did 200 tabs of LSD.
Yeah,
no,
that's what I thought you were
to the
saying
cinema.
for a minute.
No.
He would have died. Well, no, actually, can you die?
No,
too
you
much
can't.
acid?
You can break your brain.
That's it.
Yeah. But I thought that was a ridiculous decision. I thought, why the hell would you do that?
Imagine taking 200 tabs of, 200 milligrams UG of LSD and then going to see Morbius.
Oh, that would be the best time ever. Yeah.
I loved it when he came out and he said it's Morbin time.
Yeah.
And then he ate the person.
He ate Doctor Who.
Yeah, he ate Doctor Who. Yeah. And it was like Looney Tunes where he just stretched his jaw open like a snake and just...
And then Captain America bursts in and says, "Not today."
Yeah. And then Rick goes, "Wobble up a dub dub."
Yeah.
And then Iron Man dies by snapping his fingers.
Oh, shit. And then that is the end of the podcast episode.
Yeah. Wow, that was quick. Holy shit. You want to do some sort of conclusion?
That was it. That was the conclusion, yeah.
God, look at that timestamp. That's fucked. Or the audio signature.
Yeah, because
that might be because I just moved it's because I moved the microphone.
Yeah, no, that's not the end. This is the end. Thank you for listening, Tom. As always,
I'll do that outro music while you talk.
As always, it's a pleasure to have you. And
this is going to be overlaid on the top of the other outro music.
That's the outro music I was trying to do.
You know I created that.
The music?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very good.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's very good.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I thought you probably just found it on like free.
No, I created it. I mean, I created it with GarageBand.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it doesn't matter.
That's a bloody language.
It doesn't matter if you built the shed with a hammer or your finger. You still built the shed, you know?
Or GarageBand.
But yeah, I did that.
I should have said built the garage. Anyways. So, I mean, thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, and you will be on again because we found out that you drive and you're only 40 minutes away.
Yeah,
so
and I thought I was just waiting for an invite.
I told you before, this is an open invite.
Yeah.
So I'll just force my way in.
Yeah, well, we can stop you.
Okay.
Yeah. But that proves you're wanted here.
I also have this other microphone that I brought, so hopefully that works out in our favour in the future.
Yeah.
Especially if we do one with 4 of us, including me and Leander.
Yeah.
That would be helpful to have a microphone per 2 people.
Yeah, that will be.
Yeah. Thanks, boys. It's lovely to hang out with you again. Yeah, lovely to see you again.
Until the next time.
Actually, last question. What do you think is missing from this room?
Posters. Or sound foam.
Foam, yeah. It's the foam.
Maybe both.
Well, there's going to be a painting up there at some point.
Made of foam.
Beautiful.
Yeah, made of foam. Well, there's going to be a clock, because I found you can buy clocks that are made out of like foam. No, made out of like moss. Yeah, you can, and that's like, what's it called? Like
Mosslock.
Where's my sock?
What happens when you look at Medusa?
Huh?
What happens?
Stone.
What happens?
Turn to stone.
Marble.
No.
What
happens to you when you look at Medusa? You get
petrified.
Petrified moss. That's what it's called. Yeah, petrified moss.
So fossil moss.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
It's
Foss.
cool. Yeah. So that'll potentially be up there next time. But with all these added things, it'll make it more damp. But actually, that doesn't matter, because I think the plan is eventually to do the podcast in the shed, where we can basically fill the walls with foam, and it'll be like proper. Yeah.
I'll make you a terrarium for that windowsill there.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. Could you do one with like a giant fish bowl? You know, like the ones that
won't fit on there.
Like Mysterio's helmet.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
You'll need to show me how. I mean, I have a fish bowl. You need to show me the space that it's going to go there.
Can you do a wearable one?
A wearable terrarium.
Yeah.
I can thread a bit of string around one, make a necklace. I've got
like Mysterio's head. So you've got an air canister, and then you're surrounded by plant. It's like in a forest when you put it on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or like a suit of armour, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, again, thank you, Tom. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Thank you. I look forward to being here.
We love you. You're our number one fan.
I think I might be.
Yeah, even though you couldn't name episode 4, even though it's clearly Talking Movies with Dan and Moose, but it's okay, I forgive you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for making the trip. It's good to have you here. And we will see you next time, or where next time I'll be slightly less ill.
Hell yeah.
Alright, goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.